Welcome again. We finally finished week 0 with all its problem sets: indoor voice, playback speed, making faces, Einstein, and tip calculator. I'm gonna leave the links in the description. Now we have reached week 1. In this video tutorial, we're gonna work on conditionals. We have 5 problem sets, or call them challenges, which are Deep Thought, Home Federal Savings Bank, File Extensions, Math Interpreter, and Mealtime. Without further ado, let's get started.
This is CS50.
In this tutorial, we're going to use match case or if else. I have a separated video on them and I will leave the link in the description. In this problem set called Deep Thought, feel free to read this conversation. What is needed from us is in deep.py, the file that we're gonna initiate, implement a program that prompts, this is the first keyword, prompts. So we will use input function, prompts the user for the answer to the great question of life, the universe and everything. Outputting, we will output yes, if, this is the first condition, if the input is 42, case insensitively, this is very important. So we're gonna use lower or upper, or the input is 40-2 or 40-2, otherwise output no. These are the hints. We don't have to convert to int because we're going to use 42 as a string. It's okay if your output or the user's wraps into multiple lines. We're going to see this. So these are the options. If the user inputted 42, we're going to print yes. If the user inputted 40-2 in letters, we're going to print out yes. 40-2, also we're going to input yes. So what are our options here? Our correct options, our conditions are 42 or 40-2 in letters or 40-2. If one of these are correct, we're going to output yes. Else we're going to output no. So obviously if we're going to prompt the user, so we're going to use for variable as question, and question, it will have an input. Let's copy the same words from here for the input message and paste it here. So the user will get prompted with this sentence: what is the answer to the great question of life, the universe, and everything? So here we need to have the conditions. Let's try first using match and case. So match what? Match question. And let's leave it like this. In case the question equals 42 as a string, vertical line means or, another thing which is 42, let's copy it from here. That's why it's a good thing to start with the to-do or the mapping of your application. So 42 or 40-2 in letters or 40-2. And let's find out. What if this is correct? We're gonna print yes. If any other thing, which means case else, we're gonna print no. And let's yes, no. Let's try to run the program. Python of deep.py, start with 42 yes, 40-2 yes, 40-2 yes. So what if the user entered 50, so we're gonna have no. If the user entered, or let's say the user has his caps lock on, so he entered 40-2, which must be correct. So we're gonna get no, of course. To solve this, we will convert question dot lower so as to convert everything to this lowercase. In case you want to convert everything to upper, so you can use dot upper, but here you're gonna change these letters to uppercase. Let's try again. So Python of deep.py and 42, it must return Yes, this is the meaning of case insensitively. But let's try one more thing. If the user entered 40 space 2 space, it's gonna print no, because we have here an extra space. The solution for this is to use dot strip. Strip or dot strip, it removes all extra spaces. Try again. 40, let's say dash 2 spaces. Yes, now the program is working fine. Instead of using match and case, let's try to use if else. Before using if else, so now we know that we have to convert the variable question or the input of the user to dot lower and dot strip. So to do this, we will use question again equals to question dot lower and dot strip in the same time. So if question, which is dot lower, it will be converted to all lower cases and we will remove all spaces. So if question equals to 42 or question equals to this 40 dash 2 or question. Now we can see that using match and case is a better scenario. So or question equals to 40 space to 40 space 2. In this case, of all the conditions are correct, we're gonna print out yes. Else, if anything else, we're gonna print out no. And let's save and run the program again. So let's say 50, we have 2, 42, we have yes, 42 numbers, 40 dash 2 in letters, we have yes, 40 space 2, fine. So 40 space 2 spaces, it's working fine. So let's check here the options. So 42 outputs yes, 40 space 2 in capital outputs yes, 42 yes, 50 outputs no. If this is the case, so let's go to the code space, make their deep cd to deep and code deep.py. Back to our PyCharm, we can copy all this to the code space. And as we used to do, check 50 before submitting. Voila, everything is green, everything is correct. In that case, we can use submit 50 and enters yes when we get prompted to. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video where we're going to talk about Home Federal Savings Bank. Until then, take care.